Chapter 1 Real Number System. Generally, the real number system in a real life it is useful. Generally, everything is measurable and everything is quantifiable. But quantifiability can be defined it as a number with numbers. What sort of numbers? Suppose a man is taken birth +1, a man is died -1. Neither he had taken a birth but he is still in a mother's womb, 0, neutral stage. Therefore, until unless if it comes reality, then only we can measure it. If it can be measurable. Therefore, but really real number system has been started with a sort of number system that is called complex number system. In a complex number system, there are two parts will be there. Generally, complex numbers can be written as either a plus ib we are writing. A is called real part, b is also real number. Since it is involved with the ib, therefore we are calling it as the imaginary part of it. Therefore, the complex numbers can be divided into the two parts. The first part is called real numbers, real part. Second one is called imaginary part. But generally, there is an extension of imaginary number system with regard to the scientific applications of black holes. Today you are going to find, today you have seen the particle of boson, which we are calling as the God's particle, which is an imaginary plane. Therefore, these are all things applications of the imaginary number system, which is also a part of a complex number system. But in a real number system, they have two things are there. This is -infinity to +infinity it starts. Therefore, in between we have a 0. Either 0 is either positive or negative. But generally this we are calling it as an extended real number system. This we can express in terms of -infinity to +infinity like this. But real numbers can be divided into the two parts. The first part, which we can call it as the natural numbers, we can call it as natural numbers are starting from 1, 2, 3 and so on up to infinity. Natural numbers are also called countable numbers. In the same manner, from the natural numbers, we have one more number system that is called integers. There are two types of integers are there, positive integers as well as negative integers. Positive integers can be measured it as z plus, which we can express in the form of 0, 1, 2 and so on up to infinity. In the same manner, negative integers can be defined it as z minus, which we are writing in terms of -infinity and so on up to -3, -2, -1 and 0, which we can call it as. But the combination of these two, z minus as well as z plus, we are calling it as integers. Therefore, z is equal to, we can call it as z negative integers union 0 union, this is called z plus. Now, the main question is, from the set of integers, we can go for, there are two types of number systems are there. The first one is called the rational numbers. Generally, rational numbers are of the form p by q such that q should not be equal to 0. But where p and q are, we can call it as integer. P and q are called integers. Now, my main question is like this. Why we are calling it as integer? Why don't we call it as a natural number system? Suppose z plus is a subset of capital N. Z minus is not a subset of capital N. Therefore, when I am defining p and q, either p may be positive or q may be negative, or q may be positive, p may be negative, or both may be positive, both may be negative. Therefore, p and q can take the natural numbers, simultaneously it can take the negative numbers also then. Suppose a rational number can be defined like this. Rational number can be defined it as 1 by 2 and 2 by 3. You can define it as 4 by 3 and 5 by 2, like this we can. But there is a question, is 0 is a rational number? 0 by something, if you write it 0 by 1 equal to 0, it is also a rational number. But unfortunate thing is 1 by 0 is also a rational number, but the value is infinity. But the rational number 0 by 0 is undefined, which we are calling it as indeterminate form. Indeterminate form, which we are calling it as. Now my main question is, suppose if I have taken 2 and 3 are the two real numbers which I have taken, or two integers. Can we find out any integers in between them? That is my question. Now to identify this one, there is one simple principle which we are going to use. Now before going to study about this one, we can say that every real number is a rational number, but every rational number is not a real number. And simultaneously we can say that every rational number is every integer is a rational number, but every rational number is every integer is a rational number, because we can express in this way: 1 by 2 you can write, 1 by 1 you can write it, 2 by 2 you can write it, 3 by 3. But every rational number is not an integer. Therefore, for example, if I have taken it as like this, 1 by 2 I have taken, 1 by 2 is not an integer, but 1 by 2 is the fraction part of it. Generally, in what manner we are defining it? Suppose if I take a square, if I make it as half, out of these two parts I am taking it as only one part into the consideration. Therefore, we can say that every rational number is not an integer, but every integer is a rational number. Now, our main task is how many rational numbers we can generate between the two real numbers. That is the next question. My main interest is I want to find out, first one is finding out rational number between two integers. General concept is like this. In this, we are going to use the concept of arithmetic mean. What does it mean? That is called simple average. Suppose if I take a and b are any two integers, if I take it, in between of it, if I want to find out a rational number, what I can do is a plus b by 2, I am taking it. Now, a plus b by 2 is a rational number between a and b. A and b are two consecutive integers. Suppose a plus b by 2 is called the arithmetic mean, what I am calling it as. This anyhow you are going to study in progressions. Now, suppose if I take an example, if I take like this, 2, 3 I have taken. Let us take 2 is the a, b, 3 is b. Then I want to find out x is a rational number. Let us take x is equal to, you can take it as a 2 plus 3 by 2. That is equal to 5 by 2, which we are calling it as a 2.5. Now, if you see this on a real line, if this is 2, this is 3, 2.5 is in between. Now my main interest is, I want to find out in between of 2.5 to 3, I want to find out. At that time, you can take it as, let us call it as, this is y. Y you can write in the form of 2.5 plus 3 divided by 2, I can take it. Y equal to, you can call it as 5.5 divided by 2, which you can call it as 2.25. Therefore, but the problem arises is 2.5 plus this one, 3, 5.5. 2 2s are 4, 2 2s are 4, 2 5s are 2.25. 2.25 is, we are getting it as here. This is called 2.25 here. Now my main interest is, I want to find out in between of 2.5 to 3, I want to find out. In between of 2 to 2.5 also I want to find out. Let us call it as, let us take it as this is y. Let us take some other number q if you take it. Then if I want to find out in between of 2.25 to 2.5, I want to find out. Then I can take it as 2.25 plus 2.5 divided by 2, which is equal to 2.75 divided by 2, which we can call it as, this you can call it as 4.75 divided by 2, which is equal to 2.23 is 6, 2 7s are 14, 2 5s are 2.375. That implies here near about I am getting it. That implies I can find out by using a plus b by 2 as many rational numbers are as possible between 2 and 3. This is one important aspect which we have to remember. Now the logic is like this. Generally, if I take any two, in a simple sense, suppose if I take a and b are two integers, if I take it, a plus b by 2 is going to be the mid of it. A plus b by 4 is going to be the in between of a to a plus b by 2. Next point is going to be, this you can take it as 3 times of a plus b by 2 is good. 3 times of a plus b by 4, that is 3/4 of it is the next number. That implies in a normal sense there are 4 rational numbers, there are 3 rational numbers can be generated in between of a and b. Now my main interest is going to be, suppose if I have taken an integer, if I have taken a rational number, where if I divide the rational number, whether we are going to get the terminating decimals, non-terminating decimals and recurring decimals. That implies the extension of this concept is going to be the decimal number system. Now I have taken a number 5 divided by 10. I have taken, this is called a rational number. Let us call it as capital A is a rational number. Naturally this I can write in terms of 1 by 2, which you can take it as 1 if I divide with 2, 0.0 I am getting it. That is nothing but 2 5s are 10. Therefore 0.5 is called terminating decimal. In case of, if I take 7 by 16, if I take it, what will happen we will see. So suppose 7 by 16 if I have taken, 7 if you take it here, 16 if you take, point put it here, 16 6 are 96, therefore 696. This we are going to get a 16 6 are 96, but unfortunate thing is we have 70 only then. Therefore we have to take out number 16 5s are 80, 16 4s are, therefore 16 4s are 64, therefore we can take it as 64. This I am getting it as, again 6 I am getting it. Now put 0 here. 16 3s are 48, therefore you can take it as 16 3s are 48. Therefore here 16 4s are 64, 70 minus 4 is equal to 6 I am getting, another 0, but 16 if I take it, 16 3s are 48, 16 3s are 48, 16 4s are 64, but unfortunate thing is since we have 60 we have 48, therefore it will become 12. Therefore again you can make it as a, you can take it as a 0 here. 16 6 is 96, 16 into 7, therefore 7 6 are 42, 7 7 1 is 7, 11, 112, therefore you can take it as a 112 here, therefore 16 7s are, therefore again here we are getting it as a 80, I can take it as a 0 then. 16 5s are 80, therefore 80, that implies remainder is 0. Until unless if I divide the numerator with the denominator, if I get the remainder as 0, then I can say that this is called terminating decimal. This terminating decimal we are expressing in form of 4375 like this. But one question definitely arises, is there any non-terminating decimal? Is it existing? Like that. Now we can think in this way. Suppose I have taken a 10 by 3 I have taken. What will happen we will see. 10 if I divide with 3, we are going to get it as 3 3s are 9, 1, therefore again 0.0, 3 3s are 9, 9 we are getting it as, therefore again 10, 3 like that, and so on we are going to get it. That implies 3.33333 and so on, up to how long it gets we don't know. These type of decimals which we are calling it as a non-terminating recurring decimals we are calling it as. Therefore this we are calling it as a non-terminating recurring decimals. Non-terminating recurring decimals I am getting it. The same manner I can take out a 2 by 3 also I can take it. Suppose if I take 2 by 3, then what will happen we will see. Then 2 if I divide with 3, 0.0, 3 6 is 18, again 2, 0, 3 6 is, therefore again 18, therefore 0.6666 like that I am getting it. These are all called non-terminating recurring decimals. Now, we have seen that terminating decimals we have seen. In the terminating decimals, definitely at certain stage the remainder should be equal to 0. In a non-terminating decimals, there should not be 0, the remainder never be 0, but continuously the same quotient is existing. This is called non-terminating recurring decimals. But there are certain recurring decimals are there, that what we are going to observe. Suppose if I take 10 by 7, if I take it, this you can express in the form of 10 if I divide with the 7. Then 1, 7, 3 I am getting it, 0.0. 7 3s are 21, 7 4s are 28, therefore we are getting it as a 428. Now this is 2, again put 0, therefore 7 2s are 14, therefore we are getting it as a 6 here, therefore 60 we will get. 7 8s are 56, therefore 56, again 4 we are getting, put 0, therefore 7 5s are 35, therefore 7 5s are 35, again 5 we are getting, 0, therefore 7 7s are 49, therefore this is 1, therefore again put 0, therefore 7 1s are 7, therefore again 3 we are getting, 0, 7 3s are 20, okay, right, 7 3s are 21, 7 4s are 28, 7 4s are 28, therefore 2, again 0 if you put it, then 7 2s are 14, that implies what is happening if you see 4 2 8 5 7, after 1 again the same story is repeating, therefore this we can write in the form of 1.42857 bar we can write it, because it is called non-terminating reoccurring decimals. Therefore, we can say that 1.42857 can be written as a bar like this. Now my main question is, when I am getting the decimals, how to convert the decimals into the rational numbers? Therefore, in that there is one aspect is there. Suppose I have taken like this, 1 by 4 is there. That implies simply I am dividing 1 with 4. Instead of doing so, we will take it as the nearest possible value. Let us multiply both, divide with the 25 and divide with the multiply and divide with the 25. Therefore, this will be 25 divided by 100 I am getting. Instead of here, we can write like this, 0.25 I can write it. Therefore, suppose in case of 1 by 2 if you take it, then what will happen we will see. Multiply and divide with 50, so that it will be 50 divided by 100, which we are calling it as 0.50 I am writing. Okay, instead of taking 1 by 4, 1 by 2, I can take like this also. Suppose if I have taken 3 by 4 I have taken. Now that is 3/4 only we are calling it as. If I want to convert into the decimal form, then how to? Therefore multiply and divide with the 25. Therefore, what will happen? This is going to be the 75 divided by 100. Generally, which we can call it as 0.75. Which we are saying it as a 75% of it, 50% of it, 25% of a given number. In the same manner, if I want to divide with the 3 with, suppose you have like this, 3 by 7 is there. But how to do this one? Naturally, what will happen? 3 we have to divide with the 7. Whether we may be getting it as a recurring or non-recurring decimals only we are going to get it. Now, if you see certain problems based on the rational number system, then we can understand that what is the real concept behind this. Express 3.28, express 3.28 in the form of P by Q, in the form of P by Q. We can take like this, 3.28 can be written as 3.328 divided by, instead of decimal I am taking it as a 1, after decimal how many numbers are there, we will put that much number of zeros, that is equal to 328 divided by 100. Further, if you want to simplify, you see the common factor between 328 to 100. First it is divisible by 4. Therefore, 4 25 is 100, 4 8s are, 4 2s are. Therefore, you can call it as 82 divided by 25 is the rational number for this. In the same manner, we can take like this 1.62 bar. What does it mean? So many times 62 is repeating. This is called non-terminating. Therefore, suppose if I take 1.62, if I take it, now this you can write it as 162 divided by 100. Instead of point, I have taken 1. 6 place, in the place after decimal we have 2 numbers are there, we have taken this one. In the same manner, 2 is a common factor for this. 2 8s are, 2 1s are, 2 50s are. Therefore, this you can write as 81 by 50, I can express it. The same manner, if I want to see this 1.6262, since it is a non-terminating, therefore you have taken this one. Another 2 numbers I have taken. Therefore, this you can write in the form of 16262 divided by 140, I can put it. So that what will happen again, the same manner we can divide with 2, we can get the same number. Like that we can convert either terminating or non-terminating decimals into the rational number. Now we want to do some exercises here. I want to find out, okay, I want to find out 5 rational numbers between 1 and 2. 1 and 2. Suppose if I take any real line, if I take it, suppose if I take 1, if this is 2, naturally this will be 1.5, this will be 1.25, this will be 1.75, it will be there. This is one idea. But suppose if I take 1 is equal to A, 2 equal to B, if I take it, first rational number A plus B by 2, that is equal to 1 plus 2 divided by 2, that is equal to 1.5, that is 3 by 2, 3 by 2 is 1.5. Now I want to take like this 1 plus 1.5 divided by 2, which is equal to 2.5 divided by 2, which is equal to 1.25. One number I am getting it. In the same manner, I can take like this 1 plus 1.25 divided by 2, if I take it, 2.25 divided by 2, which is equal to 1.1.25, I can take it. That implies near about this I am getting it. In the same manner, if I want to find out another number beyond 1.5, I can take like this 1.5 plus 2 divided by 2, I can take it, that is 3.5 divided by 2, which is equal to, which you can call it as 1.25, I can take it as a 1 1s are 2, 2 7s are, therefore it will be 1.75. Therefore, here we got 5, suppose I want to find out in between 1.75 to 2, if I want to find out 1.75 plus 2 divided by 2, therefore this is 3.75 divided by 2, which you can call it as, this is equal to 1, 8s are, 7s are, again 2s are. Therefore, you can call it as 1.872 is going to be the another number beyond this. Therefore, like that I can find out any number of rational numbers in between by using the formula arithmetic mean, that is A plus B by 2. Now there is another problem. Now we want to represent a rational number on a real line. Suppose if I want to express a minus 8 by 5 as well as 8 by 5, these are the two real rational numbers. I want to express it in a real line. Real line generally starts with 0. This side is called positive side. This side is called negative side. Let us take like this. This we can take it as a minus 8 by 5. Divide 8 with 5. Now point, this you can take it as a 1. 5 ones are 5. 3. Therefore 0. Therefore 5 6s are 30. That implies in the left hand side, in the right hand side we have this is 1. Naturally this will be 1.5 will be there. The next number will be 1.6. The same manner, left hand side it will be, this is plus 1 here I have taken. In the left hand side also if I take this is minus 1. Naturally, this will be minus 1.5. Here, near about this we have, therefore, this is minus 1.6. In the same manner, I can express minus 8 by 5 as well as 8 by 5 on a real line. Therefore, if I take this is plus 1, 1.5 is the next number. Besides this, there is a small gap will be there, that is 1.6. The same manner, next number is also having like this. Now, my main task is, suppose any number had given 232 divided by 1000 had given. How to convert this one into the decimal form? 3 zeros are there. We will take the 3 numbers on the numerator. Besides this, if I put a point, naturally that point will be taken as a 1 here. Therefore, this whole thing you can write as a 0.232. I can take it. The same manner, suppose I have like this. 15 divided by 1000 is there. But there are only 2 numbers are there on the numerator, but there are 4 numbers are there in the denominator. What we can do is, we can write like this. 015 divided by 1000. Like that, if I take it, this I can write as 0.015, I can express it. Therefore, our main task is, whenever I am expressing into the decimal form, a rational number into the decimal form, I can express in this way. Now, my main interest is, suppose I have a number 0.5 is there. How to convert this one into the real number? This I can take like this. 5 divided by 1. In the place of point, we can take it as a 1. In the place of this number, we can take it as a 0. Therefore, this I can take it as a 5 by 10, which is equal to 1 by 2. The same manner, if I take it as a, suppose if I have taken one more number, 10.25 I have taken. I can write like this, 10.1025 divided by, instead of point, we can take it as a 1, 0, 0. Therefore, this I can express like this. Because 5 is a common factor for the numerator as well as denominator, this you can write as a 5 to the 10, 0, 5 to the 10, 0, 5. Therefore, again 5 4s are 1s. Therefore, it will be 41 by 4. Like that, I can express it. The same manner, if I take it as a 3.8 I have taken. 3.8 can be written as like this. 38 divided by 10 I can write it. 2 is anyhow common factor. 2 5s are 2 19s are. Therefore, this you can write in the form of 19 by 5. Therefore, like that, in this particular rational number, we have seen that how to convert a rational number into the decimal number, decimal into the rational number. Suppose if I have like this, if I have a number 354 divided by 500 is there. If I want to convert into the decimal, but I will see that nearest possible thousands or hundreds which I can. Here 500 is there. If I multiply numerator and denominator with 2, this will become 1000. So that my decimal will be very easy for me. Therefore, multiply and divide with 2. Then what will happen? This is going to be 708 divided by 1000. So that I can write as like this. 0.708 I can straight away I can write it. But in the same manner, suppose if I have like this, 115 divided by 4 is there. The common number is going to be the 25, so that I can make the denominator as 100. Therefore, multiply and divide with the 25, so that I can convert into this one into the decimal form. Therefore, 115 into 25, 25 5 is a 7, 25 5 is a 125. Therefore, 25 into 125, 25 plus 12 is 37. Therefore, I can take it as a 37. 25 plus 3 is 28. Divided by this will be 100, so that it will become 28.75. We are going to get it. Therefore, like that, I can convert rational to the rational number into the decimal form, decimal into the rational form. This what we have studied in this. But a bit extension of this one is called a irrational number. An irrational number, which we are calling it as a, generally since we can say that which is not having exact square root is called an irrational number, what we are calling it as. But how to find out that? that is one of the important factor. This concept we are going to use for Pythagoras theorem. Actually, a number which is not a rational, which cannot having the proper square root is called. Suppose 9, if you take it, square root of 9 is 3, 4, 2. Suppose if I take 3, is it having proper square root? We don't have. Therefore, but we may get a terminating or non-terminating decimals. Therefore, how to find out that? That is the major concept of an irrational number. Therefore, generally an irrational number is a number which is not a rational, which is not having a exact square root is called an irrational number. Now, if I take any real line, I have taken 1, I have taken 2 here. My main interest is I want to find out a irrational number between 1 and 2. This is a unit length. Unit length means the difference between 2 and 1 is only 1. Like that, you try to draw a square so that I am getting it as 1 unit length, 1 unit length, 1 unit length. Let us take it as this is A, B, C, D. A, B, C, D is a square. Now, try to take a diagonal. According to the Pythagoras theorem, 1 as well as 1 is there. If I take 1 and 1, if I take it, Pythagoras theorem says that AD square plus DC square is equal to AC square. AD, this you can call it as 1 plus 1 is equal to AC square. Therefore, 2 is equal to AC square, AC is equal to root 2. Now, my main interest is I want to find out the numbers. Now, if you look into this, this is 1.5, here we can call it as, this is 1.4, okay, 1.4, here I am getting it as, and moreover, if I take the same radius here, that is root 2 radius if you take it, then try to draw a arc. Naturally, the arc we are going to get like this. That implies near about this value, that implies by taking the radius of root 2, I am able to get this curve is cutting the AD at 1.414. Therefore, this value I can express it in a real number system as 1.414, I can write it. The same manner, if I want to find out the root 3, then how to find out that? Now, the same structure, the same manner I can think about it. Suppose I have taken a real line here, I have taken this is 1, I have taken this is 2. Now my main interest is I want to find out the value of root 3. Now take out the unit length here, we are going to construct a triangle. We are going to construct a square. This is 1 unit length, this is going to be the 1 unit length, this is going to be the 1 unit length. But unfortunate thing, in the earlier we have seen that this is going to be the root 2. Taking the 1 unit length, you try to take one more square here. What will happen according to the diagonal, according to this is 1. Naturally, this portion here we are going to get it as root 2, this is 1. According to the Pythagoras theorem, this will be 2 plus 1, 4. Square root of this is nothing but 2 plus 1, 3. This is going to be the root 3. Taking the root 3 length, try to draw another, this is 1.5 here. Try to draw an arc with respect to this unit root 3 as a radius. Then we are going to get a curve which is going to intersect at the point of 1.732 like that. Therefore, from this I can say that 1.732 is the square root of root 3. Therefore, now we have seen that root 2 value is 1.414. In the same manner, root 3 we have seen that is going to be the 1.732. In the same manner, I can find out what is going to be the value of root 5. Root 5 is going to be generally is going to be 2.24 something we are going to get it. The same structure, the same manner we are going to do for square root of 5 also then. Therefore, irrational numbers are the numbers where it is not having an exact square root. Those numbers which we are calling it as an irrational numbers. Now, based on this, we are going to discuss about certain problems. Like earlier, between a and b to find out the rational numbers, here also we can find out between two real numbers, we can find out an irrational number. How to find out that? Suppose if a and b are two real numbers or two integers, then I want to find out the irrational number between a and b. To find out an irrational number, we are going to make use of root ab. The question is here, a and b are positive integers or a and b are going to be the negative integers. Square root is defined only for the positive numbers. Either a and b may be either both may be positive or both may be negative. But if one is positive, other is going to be the negative, it cannot be defined. Suppose if I take like this, if I have taken like this, 2, 3 I have taken. I want to find out an irrational number between 2 and 3. How to find out that? Suppose if I have taken this is 2, this is 3. Let us consider this is a, the same manner I can consider it as b. Then the irrational number between them is going to be root 2 into root 3. I can take it. Or else you can take like this, root of 2 into 3, which is equal to root 6. Simple terms, you can take it as this, you can take it as a root 2 into root 3, that is 1.414 into 1.732. Like that I can find out any number of rational numbers between. Now, suppose I have taken like this, root 2 into root 3, approximately we are going to get to 2 point something. This is 2.5. We are going to get 2.6, like that I got it. In between I want to find out 2.6 to 3 I want to find out means let a equal to 2.6, b equal to 3 we will take it. Root of 2.6 into this is going to be the 3 will give you, this is equal to 7.8 here. Therefore, 7.8 square root will give you in between of this. Like that, as many as irrational numbers are possible, we can find out this. Now, the question is like this. Suppose I have like this, 2 plus root 3 plus 2 minus root 3. Is it an irrational number? Now, you can cancel minus root 3 and plus root 3 cancel. Therefore, 2 plus 2 is equal to 4. 4 is an integer. It is not an irrational number. But the difference here, if you see, 2 plus root 3 minus 2 plus root 3, if I take it, this is going to be 2 root 3. Therefore, it is an irrational number. The same manner, suppose I have like this, 10 by 2 root 2 is there. This I can write in terms of 2 5s are cancel. Therefore, 5 into root 2 divided by root 2 into root 2, that is 2, which we are going to get as 2.25 in 2.50 into, that is nothing but 2.5 into root 2. Therefore, this you can express, this is also an irrational number. Now, in the same manner, there are certain things are there. Based on this, surds is one concept has been defined from the irrational numbers.